A towel.
A tie.
A tie.
You need to look at Pittsboro
Yankee. And what's your name?
Caitlin.
Caitlin. Look, Caitlin, we're here. Three guys having lunch. No, three guys from Pittsboro having lunch. And we did this back in a while. But look at this. Caitlin is already ragging on the man who's not wearing a tie. I don't think any of us are wearing a tie.
I mean, what are you doing?
Now, what's your sweatshirt say?
It says howdy,
Howdy, howdy, howdy. All right. And don't worry, he hasn't said anything bad about Al. He did say something bad about Dories.
You never say anything bad.
Yes, you did. You said your girlfriend had asked for a side of fruit and
That wasn't bad. That was just this is Burlington. We don't have fruit here. That wasn't bad. That's where
you got fruit here. Oh, Caitlin says we got fruit here, so we're all set. That's good.
It wasn't bad. I love Burlington.
Alright, what are we limited Diet Coke?
Yeah, I'll have a Diet Coke too.
I'm unsweet tea, please.
Unsweet.
Sweet enough already.
And the best part about sitting here is we'll get to see people walk in and out the women's bathroom. And that's okay. That adds a little bit of spice to this. And I just want everybody to know this is Eric's idea to restart this. Because we did this at Dories, and actually we had bunches of people watch it, and we got some celebrities here. I like this.
Let's not be carried away with the whole celebrity thing.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
We got Gene here.
Gene,
He's a celebrity.
but the two big guys are these are the important guys. You already know what you want.
Yes.
You're thinking about it.
Today. On Friday. It's steak tips day. And then
Yeah, but it's a steak tip salad, so you're eating
No,
healthy.
you get steak tips are over on the other side.
Oh, plate of the day.
Yeah. And then, in addition to the steak tips, we have the convergence of hash brown casserole day with steak tip day, which is why I'm here.
So you're gonna get steak tips and
Hash brown casserole
Hash brown.
as a side.
as a side, and then you're
Correct.
getting a side salad because that's what you did at Dories.
That'll balance it out.
Yeah, big time.
Or green beans. I'll go with
Green beans. Oh man. So how good are these steak tips?
I'm a big fan.
What's so good about it? Is that what they're most famously known for, or
No.
No.
I'd say Al's is most famously known for. Food would probably be.
What is Al's most famously known for? Because Greg's having problems. He's not wearing a tie, so his mind isn't working as quick.
The burgers.
The burgers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because of
And hash brown casserole.
yes,
Why is hash brown casserole so
because
good?
it's damn
This is made in
good, darn
house.
good.
Everything's pretty much made in house. So, yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Philly cheesesteak, steak tips, chicken and cheese.
Why is the steak
quesadilla.
tip so good? What's so good about it?
Cut in house and sauteed on the grill.
Sauteed on the grill.
As ordered.
Yeah.
No.
Have you decided what you're
We
gonna
know what we want.
I thought the big thing on Friday was flounder.
eat? Is it Flounder Friday? Two F's?
Yeah, I thought it was big.
Yeah, there it is. Fried.
How did they change ownership? Yeah, right.
Hey, is Wes around working in the kitchen? Oh, okay. Because we were going to ask him to come over and we could pick on him a little bit. All right. So you're ready to order.
Steak
I would
tips.
like delicious steak tips, fully loaded, and hash brown casserole, and green beans, and no bread. So I balance out.
Yeah, no bread. I want to cut those carbs before you can.
Right.
You want green peppers and mushrooms, right?
Oh yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
You're next. You know what you want.
Flounder, green beans, and onion rings with Texas toast.
You just want flounder and shrimp.
Correct.
You want 2 pieces or 1 piece?
One. 2 pieces.
Yeah, go ahead.
Two
Be a
pieces.
man. Eat what you want, die like a man.
All right. I'm going to ask you this, Caitlin. Between the steak tips and Big Al's Carolina burger, which should I go for?
You got a burger to diversify the menu.
Yeah, we have to because we're not eating all the same thing. Yeah, I have the Big Al burger.
All the way?
Of course, all the way. And do you have sweet potato fries?
I do.
Oh my gosh, you said they didn't have sweet potato fries
They
in
didn't used to
Pittsburgh.
have sweet
Okay.
Yeah, we
potato
just
fries.
got them.
They
Alright.
now
We also
have
have
them.
mozzarella sticks and cod pickles.
No, I'm fine with the sweet potato
Does
fries
Burley's have sweet potato?
because Greg told us at Dories that no one else had it, but now we find out that Al's has it.
They do.
I got in trouble because S&T's has it. I said S&T's didn't have it. They have it.
All right.
All right, y'all orders in.
All right, Caitlin, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna occupy some time here while we're waiting for our meal to show up. Oh yeah, what were we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Dories, and the reason we're talking about Dories is we were in April last year in Apex, and we were told at that time that they were hoping to open by the end of December. Am I not
Actually,
correct?
we were told that time they were going to open by the end of October.
All right. So we're here on January 12th, 2024. What's the scoop?
Well, the scoop is that
Careful.
Donovan and Sammy already lost $100 on a bet,
Okay.
saying they had opened January 1st. And then they wouldn't go double or nothing on February 1st, but they are saying by St. Patrick's Day they expect to be open. And
2024, right?
yes,
Okay.
2024.
Just want to make sure.
And they are planning some sort of big shindig with the new owners of the mod
Okay.
and with Havoc, so they're going to have a big St. Patrick's Day shindig, hoedown, roundup.
That's like a big holiday for them.
Yes, in fact, for Dories anyway.
Well, of course, for Dories. And you're looking forward to it because you want to join the whiskey club. Isn't that not right?
No, I don't drink whiskey. But I've
You
heard about the
used to
whiskey.
drink
I used to.
whiskey.
Used to.
There's some great
No,
whiskey
they're
stories.
gonna have rugby on TV, so I'm excited
Rugby
about
on
that.
TV. All right. You threw a little bombshell out here that I don't think everybody recognized, but because there's been a bunch of rumors about the mod. The mod got a little bit out of control. We're not going to go into details, but there's certain law enforcement got involved, and that's as far as we're going to go. But apparently, there's new ownership that you can now talk about, or is that still a secret?
No, they have signed and taken it up. It's Jamie and Jeff, and
Smoking barrel.
they own Leaf and Barrel down in Sanford. I have not been there. My wife has, and I'm told they kill it down there.
Oh my gosh, does
So-
that mean we're going to have to go ahead and have lunch down at the Leaf and Barrel?
We may have to
We
do
may have
that.
to do that.
But that restaurant in Sanford kills it, and does very, very well. And my wife liked it when she went there.
But they're not making big changes to the menu.
No, my
We're still
understanding
gonna
is
have
they're
pizza.
not,
Everybody
they're
wants to
not
make sure
going to
that we're
change the
flat.
menu
Wood,
other than
fine.
adding what they make down in Sanford. They're not subtracting.
So what are they at? Now this sounds, it's Paula Stafford approved, so that's good. Because if Paula gives a sign of approval, then that's good. Because you can't always trust Greg. Because look at what he's wearing. And women notice that. If you notice, Caitlin, the waitress, even noticed that. And her tip depends on being nice to Greg. So what things do they kill food-wise that they're going to add to this menu?
I don't know.
I don't know what they're at. I know they do a heck of a brisket down there, right?
Yeah. They do barbecue, smoked foods, and my wife had something like that. And as I get geriatric, I don't remember what it was, but she did like it and very much. So
But they're sticking to the main.
So they're going to still have the pizza. What about the entertainment? Because that seems to be a big thing at
yeah,
the mod
my
as well.
understanding is they're going to crank that up within the next few weeks, is what I hear. But
Have they officially taken over, or when's the effective date?
Yeah, no, they took
They're there.
over.
Okay.
Yep.
It is
And-
them.
We may have to put them on our road trip for lunch there.
Once they get
Once they get everything
once they
settled
get
in.
rolling, we'll be there.
All right, good.
When did they get liquor?
I don't know, but I'll be at the front of the line.
All right. So we've talked about Dories. We talked about the mod. That leads us with only one other place left at SoCo that does not serve food but has food trucks. Havoc. What's going on with Havoc?
They have been doing extremely well. I've said this to Pipkin. He's one of the owners, Michael Pipkin. multiple times.
Call him Mike.
Yeah, is that I told them when they were looking at it that I thought that they were 2 years early, that they would struggle the first couple of years until the population of Pittsboro picked up enough to handle it. I couldn't be more wrong. And it's very interesting because so much of the crowd that goes there, when I walk around on the patio talking to them, they're from everywhere. They've created a place that people come to visit, and it's been, a pleasant surprise for me that they had confidence.
Well, I remember when you did the Oktoberfest thing, when we first advertised, we pretty much confined it on Facebook to the perimeter of Pittsboro. And then the second time, we expanded it to include Cary and
Right.
Chapel Hill. And that turned out to be a bigger event than the first one.
Well, it was much bigger to the point it scared me out of doing them anymore.
Law enforcement was involved.
Well,
no, they weren't.
No,
Not in a bad way.
No.
It's just a lot to handle. A lot
Right,
to
well,
manage.
we went around and we counted people in the bars at the locations, and it was
They all had record nights. Everybody
right.
had record
Every
nights.
single one had record nights, including New Year's Eve. So all of them had record nights, and we counted 2,500 people in them at about 8:30 at night. And so we had hired extra law enforcement, paid for it, from the bars, and it still overwhelmed them. And because, in a shout out to Pittsboro law enforcement, the fact of the matter is that several officers called their wives
Yes.
late that night and had them come out because there are no Ubers in Pittsboro and no hotel in Pittsboro. People had been drinking and couldn't get home. So several Chatham deputies called their wives. They picked people up and drove them to Cole Park Plaza, dropped them off because they could get Ubers there. And so that's pretty above and beyond. I'm going to take drunk strangers in my personal car.
Yeah, don't mess with me. I'm the deputy's wife.
Right, and so we were all surprised at how successful that was. And so when we get a hotel and we get
So when the
Ubers-
new hotel opens up at Chatham, that Mosaic at Chatham Park, are you possibly thinking, or would you hand that off to somebody else? Because it sounds like a great opportunity.
we're gonna hand it off to the bar owners.
Okay.
But it's gonna happen again, and the people, Malcolm Bryant, who's the owner of the New Hampton Inn that's coming, has said love to be involved, and if we've got a hotel, it changes the dynamic. And if we've got Uber, because people didn't want to drive home.
Right. Well,
And-
the other thing too, I think you talked about maybe having a bus if the hotel opens up, so that
Right, well, the town and the Bryant family are putting in a shuttle,
Okay.
and how the mechanics are going to go, I don't know, but that'll go around to all the hot spots in town and to some Chatham Park neighborhoods to bring people in. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, because I remember when we did the advertising on Facebook, and I looked at the statistics on it, the number of people that were looking at it from outside, because you can see those analytics, the number of people that were coming in from outside that Pittsboro perimeter was almost equivalent to the number of Pittsboro. Plus, people kept on reposting it because you had that ad with the drinking
Right.
thing. All right, we are now. We're not going to show people eating because it's kind of great. Have you guys ever seen? Have you ever seen them eat? You've seen Greg eat.
yeah.
He's like a mess. You just can't say howdy to him. All right, so what do you do?
With his hands.
All right, so you're eating that.
Do you need butter for yourself?
No, but I do need ketchup and mustard too. All right, so you've got the steak tips with the
hash brown casserole.
Hash brown casserole. All right.
That looks healthy.
So it's great for
Look,
you.
look, are you using this spoon? Okay, that's his. Well, you're stirring it.
I didn't use it.
He didn't use it. All right. Look, I got to do this because we've got to do this. I'm just going to take a little bit of the hash brown.
These are fat-free, sugar-free, carb-free.
Carb free. All right.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to take a bite without you having to watch. So look away.
I love those things.
Those are good. They are good. I'll have to order that next time. And we're gonna have to test. We're gonna have to test this out.
Sweet potato fry.
Sweet potato fry. We have to see how. Do I do this with ketchup or without ketchup? With ketchup or without ketchup?
No, eat ketchup on soup.
Oh, you don't? All
I
right.
eat butter.
You need butter. You put butter on your. Is that a Southern thing?
Yes, it's a Southern thing.
All right. Look, I'm one of those darn Yankees. I don't know. All right, we're gonna try this.
You had that cake, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I
It's been too long since Dories to tell if it's better, but it's not bad. So look, it's different. You definitely. Would I get these again? Yes.
turn it off so they're not watching me chew.
All right,
It'll
we're
be
definitely
gross.
we're gonna come back and give everybody an assessment of what we ate. Bye. Get in there. You're the best looking thing around this table. Oh, it's a compliment. I'm not trying to hit on her. All right, Caitlin brought me some brown sugar butter. Okay, I did try this, and I think it's really
He's a Yankee.
tasty.
You don't like it.
I'm a Yankee. I didn't say I didn't like it. It is just too darn sweet. But look, when you come in here, get yourself a sweet potato. We decided the fries are good, so get yourself some brown sugar butter with it, and have a happy sugar day.
And don't let a Yankee say it's too sweet.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, just look. I'm married, so you don't have to worry about it. All right. Thank you, Caitlin. The ugly part is over now. You didn't have to watch us all eat. So let's talk about what you enjoy. Look, I know this is your favorite. So what's the best part of it?
The reason I come here on Fridays is for steak tips and hash brown casserole.
All right.
So the steak tips and hash brown casserole is a bit. I wanted to see her.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Caitlin. Yeah, no, I'm not going to say anything because
It
I'll get in
wasn't
trouble.
Caitlin.
Oh, wasn't it?
No.
There's somebody else. Mm-hmm. You got all these women. Is Paula okay with all these women serving you food?
Well, look. I mean, look.
Oh.
Look.
Yeah, no tie. Yeah,
Yeah.
She's not worried. She's like, yeah. Paula feels like a 20-year-old, but she can't find one. Boom. No, that was a bad joke. I'm sorry. She's gonna not forgive me for saying that one.
Anyway.
All right. So, if someone who's never had steak tips or that, why should they order it?
Because it's very good, and as I said earlier, you eat what you want and die like a man. And that stuff is not on your diet, but it is very good.
So it's your sinful food pleasure.
Yes.
All right. Eric went with the flounder,
Love the flounder.
and you had what was your side with it?
Onion rings and green beans, both really good.
However, you said you'd prefer not to go with the onion rings. You would prefer to go with something else, the hash brown, not hash brown, hush puppies. Did you say you wanted hush puppies?
No,
did
you
not.
said he wanted hush puppies.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
I
made
said I
that
wanted
part.
onion rings, so I ordered onion rings.
yeah. You know, this may be the last three guys go out together and eat in Pittsboro. Three overweight guys from Pittsboro. And I had the burger, which I would definitely recommend. That was a good burger, nice and juicy. I put ketchup and mustard on it. I went with ketchup on the sweet potato
brown
fries,
sugar.
and
Brown sugar.
I did try the brown sugar. And if you like brown sugar butter, you definitely go for it. It's a little bit too sweet for me. So hey, overall, I think this is a thumbs up.
Oh yeah, very much.
So it's worth coming by.
Good place.
They got weird hours here though, or do they?
They close at 2:30 during the week,
Okay.
and they're open for breakfast and lunch on Saturdays as well. Not open on Sunday, and they're open dinner Friday, Saturday night.
Yeah. How come I knew Greg was going to know all that
knows the
information?
schedule.
Yeah, he knows the
Didn't get
schedule.
like this by not eating. That's
No.
why.
And this place was picked up and bought by the Parkers a few years ago. Actually, you can go on YouTube and find my video conversation with them about the place when they bought it. So, yes, definitely recommendation. We don't know where we're going to go for the next one. I don't think we're going to tell people where we're going because otherwise all your guys' fans would show up and we just wouldn't have places to eat or sit down.
We don't want them to do anything different. We want it to be very natural.
That's right, because this is really natural. Look at that. Whoa. That is as natural as you can get. All right, so we don't learn some stuff about the mod today. They're on the new operation, new food menu. We're not going to hit them until the new food menus are added. They will continue to have pizza. We got to meet a great waitress here, Caitlin. And she told Greg he needed to wear a tie. I'm going to still have a couple more fries. Thank you very much. And what else do we need to know? Here,
There's
look.
like garbage in his plate.
Yeah, that's all right. Here, look.
Dessert.
I don't want to give up my sweet potato fries because if my mom was still alive, she says don't throw away food. Also, Dories, we're hoping
For St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, and there's going to be a big shindig. And then Havoc has been super successful. The neat thing about Havoc is you were talking about this, and we talked about this on our last conversation, is you got a mix of people out there.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, people bring out their kids and their dogs, and they don't. I've gone to facilities where they have had people, kids and dogs, and it's like, yeah, but they've got enough room outside where that's not a big deal. What else do we need to know about SoCo?
And they do a good job, keeping the kids and dogs under control.
Right. Yes, they do, because they're.
What tenants do we have in the hospital?
Oh yeah, what's going on with Teasing Clinic?
Well, that's a long story. I'm going to talk through the town about how to handle it. We've left the front essentially exactly where it was. We painted it, and
Heather Johnson's in there with Printers Plus.
Heather Johnson's in there with Pittsboro Prints Plus. Janet is moving in with a realty office, and
There's another real estate?
Yeah, you notice how they're going to start separating it shortly.
And Hunter Contracting is moving in as well. And then the goal remains to get a rooftop restaurant on top of that hospital, and
In
to
a condo where I get a key.
right. Of course, he gets a key, and
It's going to be his private condo.
and then
Just don't get law enforcement involved with that.
And then the back part of the downstairs, Taylor Hobbs is drawing up plans for now, and we're going to do a phased renovation, which is we're going to do the back part, then we're going to do the upstairs, and then we'll do the front part that's downstairs, because everything really needs to be updated. We still got screw and fuses in that building.
Yeah, I've
and
seen that.
It just needs to be brought up to date, but.
That was my first real estate office.
Well, there you
The
go.
hospital was the X-ray room. That was my first real estate
Was it?
office. That's back when we
Is
had
that how you
X-ray.
lost all your hair?
And it still glows.
It still glows.
Turn the lights off, you can still see.
Also, a couple other things. Look, you need to walk by Carolina, was it Realty World Carolina Properties, and take a look at.
the TV,
I got the
screen.
TV up. We're feeding information to it from the Chatham Journal, Chatham Chat List. I found out the perfect time on that is not to let any slide go on for more than 9 seconds, so you don't get bored. Definitely stop by. We've got positive results, especially